All right, everyone. Welcome back to our BTS Listen, React, and Rank video series. This is episode number 4. And you can probably already tell by the thumbnail what song we're going to cover. However, before we begin down the listening road, I do have many things that I want to touch on. I'm going to be as rapid fire as I can. Just take a couple of minutes, so bear with me. And this has to do with a lot of the feedback we have received from you. Things we're going to do to try to change our approach to these videos, etc. And I've got a list here. So I'm going to look down a lot to read off the list because I didn't want to forget anything. First and foremost, we've been getting a ton of recommendations on songs. I'm adding them to the list. We'll try to get to all of them. I certainly can't promise that. But your reaction to us and inviting us into the Army has been absolutely overwhelming, is the only word that I can think of. So thank you so much. And in giving us those recommendations and just the kind words, and even when it is criticism, it's constructive criticism. I can't tell you how much we appreciate that. So I want to cover every song that you comment because I feel that, my gosh, you guys are giving us the time to watch these videos and say such nice things. But I don't know if we can get to them all, is all I'm getting at, but we're going to try. Let me quickly go from there to the, we've had documentary recommendations. I love documentaries. The Most Beautiful Life by the Asian Theory, and This Is BTS by X Celeste are the ones I get the most. I am absolutely going to watch those. I think This Is BTS might be a series of videos, but regardless, I'm going to watch them. I'm sure Marty and Mike will partake as well as we try to learn more about the band. We're not just here to, listen to the music, although the music's been pretty good so far. We want to learn as much as we can. We want to, record these videos, and we want to give input that is actually educated on the guys and the group and their history, as well as the songs and the lyrics, which I'll slide into that. We've heard a lot about that. How we don't understand the lyrics. The number one complaint, if you will, that we get are captions. I promise, and I promised in comments starting with episode 4, which is this episode, captions will be on. Now with this episode, again, as you see from the thumbnail, I'll be missing you, the Faith Evans P. Diddy cover, which I'm excited to listen to. I've heard great things about it. I am a big fan of the original song. Remakes sometimes can struggle. I think if anybody can pull it off, it's BTS. So I am excited to listen and to, react and rank this cover. So let me see here. I got to keep going on the list as quick as possible. With the comments, I think I think it is Jin. Jin has the issue with his fingers. I think he was born with a condition with his fingers. I bring that up because you guys are doing damage to my fingers as well, and I mean that in a nice way. Responding to your comments has been overwhelming. I try my very best to literally respond thoughtfully to every comment. We're getting inundated with comments, and I don't know if I can continue to answer them all. I'm going to do my very best. I promise you, as Marty and Mike as well, we read them all. But I kind of manage the YouTube account, so I'm the one responding to them. But you're putting my fingers and my hands through the ringer here. I might be developing arthritis, and that's okay, because I appreciate, your guys' feedback and the love we've been shown.
Definitely.
Giveaway. We had the Tiny Tans giveaway that I thought was going to go for quite a while. Brittany, congratulations. You are the winner. Brittany from North Carolina. As of the day of recording this video, I will go ahead and get those shipped out to you. The giveaway went so well and it went so quick that we got together and we decided we need to do another BTS giveaway. We won't mention it right now during this episode, but it's going to be bigger and better. And we just feel with all the love that we've gotten, we need to give a little bit extra back. So it's not going to be 1 item, 2 items. It's going to be a minimum of 3 items, obviously all BTS related, really cool things that I think, at least what we have on the drawing board right now. So stay tuned for that. We'll be doing another BTS giveaway. When we release these premieres, I do the live premieres, and I usually set them for midnight, at least our time zone. My mom, who again has been getting a lot of well wishes from Army, thank you guys so much. I've relayed that to my mom. She's very grateful. She thanks every one of you. She might make a guest appearance on one of the episodes, which I think would be fun. And I've thought about maybe us doing kind of a live episode where we maybe watch a concert together with all of you. Maybe that would be a good one to have my mom part of. And if you guys have any questions or anything, any small detail that you do not know about BTS, you can ask my mom and she'll tell you, because she knows everything about them. And I don't even say that jokingly. I mean, literally everything about them. So I'm kind of jumping all around here. I'm trying to keep track. I'm trying to make this quick. So I was thinking of adjusting the premiere times to the video releases because I'd like to be in there with you. My mom stays up and watches our premieres as they go live and says that there's quite a few people in there chatting. And I was unaware of that. I release them and I'm in bed. So I have to get up at 5:30 in the morning to go to work. So at midnight, I'm normally not up. So I might adjust the time to something where at least myself, if not the three of us, could be in there with you guys and kind of chat along. But we'll see on that. I mentioned the concert possibly and having my mom involved in that. I just thought it'd be fun. And another way for us to learn. And we've gotten so much feedback about how good they are live that we'll eventually do something like that. One of the viewers mentioned the lyrics, and we could get the meaning of the lyrics from the, I think I'll try to say this correctly, Dulcet Bangtan website. I have got on there. I have gone through there. I've already kind of looked up why now today. And I say today because we try to record multiple episodes on a given day. So actually, as you're watching episode 4, we will also be recording episode 5 and episode 6 today. So I've kind of gone in ahead of time. I didn't need to do any work on this first song. I won't spoil what song 2 and 3 are, but I don't even need to do any work on song number 2. Song number 3, I do need to look up the lyrics. I've done that. So I kind of know the story of the song, which might help us in our rankings. And a lot of you have made comments about that. So I wanted to make sure we did do that too. Mention the captions. We'll do it one more time. We'll have captions on. If it's a non-English song, captions, I promise you, they will be on. Not talking. Not talking during the video was another one that we got a lot of. So we have implemented a criteria, if you will. We made an adjustment. Starting with this episode, we will start the video. We will, watch it, captions on if needed. We each get a pause. So if any point that I want to pause the video, because we're watching this simultaneously, but from 3 different locations, as you can probably tell. So we each have a pause. So if I say, you know what, let's pause. We'll pause. We'll make a quick little discussion. We'll talk about what it is. We'll move on. I would be done at that point. Mike has a pause. Marty has a pause. So we'll each have one per video. We'll see how that goes. That way we're not talking over the song and then we're not missing something critical. And last thing here would just be a quick note on possible realignment. For those of you that are college football fans, there's a big news with realignment going on right now. As we've learned about the lyrics, the meanings of the song, and listened to these more, I find myself, as I told them before I hit record, on the way home from work. Actually, a couple of the days of the previous week, I've had Mic Drop on. That's such a good song. And I never would have heard it if it wasn't for this series. So maybe adjusting our rankings. We started out of the gate with Dynamite and ranked it really high. Maybe tapering that back a bit. Maybe raising Mic Drop. Maybe doing a few other things. You never know. But it was just discussion. So that's on the horizon possibly. So with all that said, I've rambled enough here. And as again, I said that I did mention and give my mom, a lot of the feedback and the comments from you guys. She thanked you. We've also scraped the comments and found out that apparently Marty in the middle here is the favorite of the BTS Listen and React group here. So he appreciates that.
You. Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Me and Mike are,
Yep.
Oh no.
Yep.
Come back, Tom. We need you.
we got to do that once a video.
I appreciate you
We're happy for
nonetheless,
Marty.
though.
We're happy for Marty. Yep. Sure we are.
Good.
Okay. So as you know, I'll be missing you. You guys, any comments here before we get going here and hit the play button?
Just to reiterate, the acceptance from Army has been incredible. The absolute passion and dedication is so amazing. I mean, I've been a fan over the years of different groups, different sports teams. I've never seen this type of, I keep saying it, passion. It's awesome. So we appreciate Army for letting us in here.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, and when I say overwhelming, I wish there was a better word because it's almost an understatement. I've literally been just overwhelmed completely by the response. So yeah, I can't reiterate that enough. So if you guys are ready, we'll go ahead and hit the play button here and get started with I'll Be Missing You.
Yep.
P. Diddy, Faith Evans cover. Fantastic song. Obviously, we know it is they're sampling from the I've heard Sting. It's the Police, though. It's not Sting.
Yeah,
Well,
Police.
I mean, the Sting, the lyrics, but they sampled the Police. But I'm excited. This should be a good one. This is a great song. I love this song. I'm anxious to see what these guys can do with it. But again, I'm rambling. You guys don't want to hear that. I'm sorry. Are you guys ready?
Ready?
All right, then we will hit play in 3, 2, 1.
BBC Radio 1.
Right here goes out to everyone that can see someone that they truly love. Check it, yo. In the future, can't wait to see if you open up the gates for me. Reminisce some time, the night they took my chance. Trying to black it out, but it plays again. When it's real, feelings it's hard to conceal. Can't imagine all the pain I feel. Give anything to see you half your face. I know we're still living a life after this. Every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you.
Can you guys pause?
Yep.
All right. I wondered going into this if this was going to be an adaptation in terms of just a strict cover with, P. Diddy and Faith, obviously singing this in memory of Biggie. I didn't know if they were going to switch it up at all. Obviously, it doesn't appear that is the case, which is really cool in my book. Yeah, so I was wondering that maybe I shouldn't have used my pause so early just on that, but I am kind of pleasantly surprised that it's just a true cover. So that's really cool. There we go. I didn't talk over the video. We paused.
And RM starting out rapping in English was impressive, and the first chorus, awesome.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I would think that he was born and raised in the United States.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's
absolutely.
how well he's rapping. I mean, and with the clear English. I mean, I mentioned that in one of the other ones, and it blows your mind. I know a lot of you have shown me support in the comments with my trek down the road of trying to learn some Spanish or trying to learn Spanish, probably broken at best, but wow. I mean, these guys are, well, yeah, I say these guys, I mean, RM obviously is kind of the spokesman, but I mean, they all speak. I can only imagine trying to learn Korean.
And then singing.
I'd be lost.
and then
and
singing.
then singing it. Yeah.
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 Yep.
Wow. Kudos to
Yep.
these guys. All right. So there was our first pause. I'm done now. I
Okay.
can't pause anymore. So it's up to you guys.
All right.
Are you ready? We'll do it
Yep.
on one again. So
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
When you went away, what a life to take, what a boat to break, I've been missing you. 일상을 뺏겨버린 것에 이제는 익숙해져. 그래도 살아가는 건 포기할 수 없었어. 끝이 어딘지 모르기에도 주축하는 법, 서로 믿지 못해 스스로 만들어버린 끝이 나기야. 인생은 다 pandemic virus. 부정적인 생각은 제대로 되는 마이너스.
Do it, sugar.
걸 알았기에 I couldn't say bye. 그날이 오면 아무도 없지 않게 say hi. Every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I've been missing you. Thinking of the day when you went away. What a life to take, what a bond to break, I've been missing you. Somebody tell me why. When this life is over, I know I see your face. 이 세상이 미워, 우리 흔적은 추억으로 그저 마음을 비워, 조건 없는 믿음으로 매일 나 외로운 완도 채워가 애워사는 그리움과는 달리 We miss you baby, 언제가 됐든 꼭 다시 만나기를 I promise. Every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I've been missing you.
Can you guys pause it?
Yep.
All right.
Okay. I just have to say, so far, incredible cover in V. V hitting those high notes like an absolute champ. I'm impressed, and V just blown me out of the water there.
Well, yeah, and that's why Marty is the favorite of the three of us. He knows these guys in and out. Mike and I, as I've mentioned many, many times before, are learning, and we'll continue to learn.
Yep.
And we have to rely on Marty a little bit here in the early stages of this series. But yeah, I also have to say, let me touch on this. So I have it paused here, and we might be out of sync by a second or two, but on my screen, I have it paused. It's kind of a panned back shot. It has all 7 guys. I'm really impressed with their dress. I mean, I'm still a big fan of the kind of the worn jeans. I have some with where you can see my knees in there. So
You do?
thumbs up to these guys. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know my brother was that stylish.
Well, and I'm not that stylish.
Neither did I.
Let's be let's be honest here. Back when they originally were in style, that's what they're still from. I just had them all this time. So, but anyway, there you go. They're making me feel better about my wardrobe. I appreciate it. And
Yeah.
making me feel good here. All right. Let's get back to it here, gentlemen.
All right.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
When you went away, what a life to take, what a bond to break, I've been missing you. Every step I take, every move I make, every single
That's a B.
time I pray, I've been missing you. Thinking of the day
Man.
when you went away. What a life to take, what a bond to break, I've been missing you. Yeah, we'll be missing you.
All right. Yeah. Got the Jim in there hitting the high notes as well. A great I'm trying to think of the right way to say this, pairing of 7 guys with all extraordinary talent, but they all have kind of different ranges in their voice. Am I saying that right?
Oh yeah.
To where they fit together extremely well. And I think it was, so what, there's 4 vocalists and 3 rappers.
Yep.
But I mean, let's be honest, all 7 are great vocalists. I'm sure all 7 are fantastic rappers as well. But I know that's kind of how they're labeled. But anyway, just to get the conversation started here, I thought, Marty, since you are the fan's choice, you could maybe get us started with your initial reaction.
Oh, my initial reaction is incredible cover. And I don't want to not mention, I don't know who the background band was. I'm not sure if that was just like through BBC radio or something, but they did a real good job.
That's a good point. They did.
Yeah. The band did real good. The song, tremendous cover. If we're already throwing out our recommendations for scores,
do it.
This one's going to be pretty darn high because I thought
say a 10.
No, and let me just throw that out there too for all the viewers. We did say right off the bat, is it Dave Portnoy's Pizza Bites or whatever is where we got
One Bite
this
Pizza
idea?
Review.
Yeah, thank you. And kind of, you didn't want to give someone the highest mark because then you're boxed in. So it's almost like a 9.5 is the highest you can get. In essence. But boy, this is a darn good cover. I'm not huge on slower songs, but this was real good. Man, I would give this a 9 without hesitation. I thought it was well done.
All right. Well, a fantastic starting point. I agree with all your points. Mike, what are your initial thoughts?
I tend to agree. And like Marty said, obviously there's plenty of ballads out there, slower songs that I think we all like, even though we do tend to lean more toward, like kind of says on the thumbnail there, toward hard rock, heavy metal. But yeah, like all bands, and there's always some ballads and stuff. And this was one of them that I agree was phenomenal. I'll admit I'm not as much of a fan as maybe, Tommy may be of the P. Diddy version. So for me, I think this version actually was better.
Nice. All right.
And especially considering it was live, because that's another thing. Like a lot of times live isn't nearly as good as the studio version. I feel, at least for me personally, a lot of times if you go to a concert, it's more about the environment and seeing the band in person. But the music generally doesn't sound as crisp. But yeah, like Marty commented on the backing band, they were phenomenal. Obviously the guys themselves sounded great. It almost sounded as good as a studio version for me. It did not come off as live like a lot of live songs do. So yeah, they did a phenomenal job all around.
Mike might be the new favorite now of the viewers. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hopefully. It is but no, it was, yeah, everybody sounded so good. It blew me away. So I think I agree with Marty. I mean, the whole presentation was phenomenal, and like I said, to say that it was better than the original version, because in most cases people are going to say the original is better than the remake, like when it comes to movies, and I'm sure music applies as well. But yeah, I feel for me that this version was better. My apologies, Tommy. But no, it was good. So I'll say, I guess I'll say a 9 as well. It was that good.
Can I jump? I know Tom is next, but I just want to say real quick, Mike, amazing critique. And that is true. Just to think it was live, you could put that on a CD and that would be the song. I mean, that right there,
yeah.
and you wouldn't know. So
do they make CDs anymore?
I don't know. Yes, they do.
okay. Well,
It could be on. It could be available on digital download.
There you
You
go.
not tell the difference.
There
absolutely.
you go.
And I was actually going to touch on the exact same thing that Marty said when Mike brought up that it was live. I think was a fantastic point to acknowledge. Yeah, I mean, a great cover, as Marty said. Nonetheless, I obviously I like P. Diddy in general, but certainly a different song from what he would normally do. And maybe that's the reason it kind of resonated more with me. And I just really like his, his is the original song. I harken back to The Police. He sampled that background beat, but, I mentioned this early on. So let's pull up on the screen our previous BTS rankings here. And we had Dynamite as a 9.5, Mic Drop as a 9.0, and On. And this was the Kinetic Manifesto, Coma Prima version, we rated as a 7.7. I mentioned possible realignment. This is darn good. So I'm thinking, oh boy, Mic Drop is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
I'm thinking Mic Drop might be a little too low on this list as a 9.0. I'm thinking because Dynamite was our first episode and we were excited that 9.5 might be a little high.
Ooh,
Fair enough.
And
I
then
don't know
with
though,
But yeah,
your
because
guys'
Dynamite
9.
is so good and so catchy. It may be one thing to move up Mic Drop, but it would be hard to drop Dynamite just because it is so good.
And that's, why we all have a vote. And Mic Drop, again, if you saw the episode, was the Steve Aoki remix. But and the whole reason I'm even bringing that up is really because of the I'll Be Missing You cover. I don't know if a 9 justifies how good this was, in my opinion. And I don't want to really tie it with Mic Drop. Boy, but then it's like, I don't know, now that we have a few rankings to work with, is it what I classified as better as Mike? I mean, as I said, I'm listening to Mic Drop on the way home from work. On the way to work, I listen to AM radio because I'm older. But on the way home, I listen to music. Most of the time it is, as we've mentioned before, something heavier. But that just goes to show you that I was listening to Mic Drop on the way home, how much I like that song. So I guess, I don't know. I'm kind of going back and forth here. Would you guys be opposed to maybe at least going Mic Drop up 2 increments to a 9.2? And we can settle in I'll Be Missing You at a 9.0. And that doesn't mean that we can't come back and change it at a later date. Would that sound realistic to you guys?
I'd be fine with that. And I do agree, kind of going back and reviewing some of our rankings as we continue on, because I tell you, like, the more we listen, and Dynamite was primarily a pop song, but then you had Mic Drop, which was more hip hop, and now, of course, I'll Be Missing You was more of a ballad. The more we listen and we touch the different, as they delve into the different genres, or however you want to put it, it makes it even more impressive that they can do all those so equally well, whether it's pop, rap, a ballad, and they're all, for the most part, they've all been phenomenal so far. Just that they're that talented, it does kind of make you, as you continue on, rethink, like, man, should we have given this one a higher ranking? So I'm fine, moving that up to a 9.2. And like I said, I think we should leave Dynamite at a 9.5, because that's still, it almost seems criminal.
I agree.
To lower it.
Be
But
like a criminal undercover.
We'll have some bias because it is, an English song.
Yeah.
But again, and that's the beauty of this. We've had people that aren't really a fan in the comments that we rank them, period. But this is kind of our thing. This is where the series was born from. So we will continue to rank. But as we hear more and more, it's hard to keep everything in stone. I mean, we almost have to make adjustments here and there.
Can I also suggest, guys, that maybe whether it's on on Zoom here, live or whatever you should call it, or off air, where we listen to Mic Drop again and some of the other songs with the closed captions, get the lyrics, then rejudge the score.
And I did go back and I have watched Mic Drop with closed caption on.
Oh,
and I also did Mic Drop. What was that? The Dual Set Bangtan website to get a better feel of what it was actually about.
Nice.
Which actually the three of us need to do that together, and I won't go into that now. But yeah, I don't think it's exactly what you two would think it was when we initially ranked it. Also, let me say this quickly: we rank these more on. I don't want to say we're getting really granular. We're not, to not make this sound bad. I was going to say in depth. I think we try to be as in depth as we can, but the whole premise of this ranking in the series was, hey, let's hear it out of the gate. We've never heard the song before, besides Dynamite for me. Let's give an initial reaction. We can't understand the lyrics, but I'm just the song. If I just heard it on the radio, how does it make me feel? How's the beat? How you can tell the flow of the lyrics. That was kind of our initial thing. We're trying to get a little more in depth because of the comments to make the rankings a little more realistic. And I appreciate that. And we're doing that. But I don't even know where I'm losing train of thought here. So, and I also want to say that I think at some point it'd be fun to get one of the viewers on here with us.
Oh,
not even maybe a few. So we could Zoom you in. I don't know if that'd be worthy of a giveaway. I don't know what kind of a prize that is, getting to be on the show with us. But
they might love to be on here with Marty.
that's true.
Oh,
so really,
that
you could
could be
get
the
rid of me and
giveaway.
Mike, have Marty and some viewers. That might be fun.
Gosh.
But I just think that'd be cool. We'll work
Sweet.
that out maybe some way, just to have some fun. So anyway, 9.0 is what we are agreeing on, and we're going to adjust Mic Drop up to a 9.2.
Are we?
No,
I can't.
I'm asking.
No, I can't dispute
Oh,
that.
no.
Mic Drop was real good.
I almost took my headset off again.
I
no.
have to be honest. I haven't listened to it since, in full disclosure, but I definitely will. And it was a real good song. I like your passion, so I agree with it. Definitely.
All right. So I think for this episode, because I just feel like we've maybe gone a little bit long here. I think that's where we'll end this one. Episode 4 will end with the I'll Be Missing You cover getting a 9.0 and making a slight adjustment to Mic Drop from episode 3. We'll move that up to a 9.2, and they can change at any point.
Episode 2. Sorry, just to jump in there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Episode 3
was episode
on.
3.
Yeah.
Yes. Very good point. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll call this. And then we're going to start recording episode number 5 and then episode number 6. So we got a lot to look forward to here. I'm going to try to release these as you're watching this the coming week on a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday. We talked about the timing. Maybe we'll change that up. I know Marty's going on vacation to an undisclosed location, so he won't be available, but Mike and I will. So I don't know. But I have a tendency to ramble. That's why the people are getting on us for talking through the videos. It's probably me.
Probably.
I'm sorry. We're going to call it 9.0. Fantastic
That's why you're not
song.
the favorite.
Yep. That's why they don't like me. We'll see you next time. Maybe it'll just be the two of them and not me. I'll put a cardboard cutout here.
Uh.